Stefan is definitely one of the persons who is really sincere, dedicated to get things changed, and he did a lot of great initiatives. I originally met him several years ago already, and this ICO event, one of the recent successes that he could get 130 textile stores in taking the ICO system. So basically the company, Suez, originally behind it, is the world's largest company collecting textiles, yeah, and shoes. And sure, we have Nike, we have Puma. By the way, Puma is choosing all the chemicals now which go into all the Puma products globally. And we have a 10-year contract with Puma to change the company into cradle to cradle. Yeah, and sure, that means to connect it. That's why Puma works with ICO to collect Puma shoes, because they want to have their stuff back. And sure, it is about the right detergent, because if you don't wash the textiles with the right stuff, you have contamination in the recycled materials from that as well. And so I'm very happy that you could make it, Stefan, and we look forward to your presentation. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Mike, you can hear me? Yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Michael, for your warm welcome, and especially for your word at the beginning that my English is not perfect and not close, but I will do my best. I will do my best. To support, I have my colleagues here from US. You know, we are in US, in Los Angeles located. Jennifer, Paul, Rubik will support me, especially afterwards when you have questions and you want to have an answer in a proper English. Please welcome. Stand up that everyone can see you. Jennifer, Paul, Rubik. Okay, so now our topic, clothing and shoes. So let me jump in your closet and let us talk about the perfect handling of using used clothing and shoes. And before you can understand your situation in your closet, you have to look in the global situation. I will give you a few. Our global situation right now is simple: 7 billion people on Earth producing 114 billion using used clothing and shoes. It's huge. It's very huge. Of course, we have right now collection systems, private charity, community systems we have, and all these systems collecting right now round about 20%. That's not so much. 80% goes directly to waste. When we want to have a look behind these collection systems, how they handle these 20%, we will find a sorting and grading, analyzing process. It's very simple. 60% from the 20% goes to a rewear process. Second-hand markets around the world, most of it in developing countries. 40% goes directly to waste. Now you can ask, what is with the recycling methods we have? And we have a lot right now, especially in our company group called ZOEX. 3,500 employees around the world in 84 countries we are in action. We are recycling right now 35%, and so we can reduce the waste, you can see it in the corner, to 5%, and this is really great, and we are the absolutely world champion in this area in the recycling of textiles and shoes. And just one example, a normal jeans when we handle. We can cut it in little pieces, or we can rip it in fibers, and we can deliver it back to the industry, and they can make, for example, a nice insulation material for the house construction. Later you can see more examples outside. In front of the door you can see a table with more nice examples. But today we want to have an absolutely clear view to the situation. And in Germany we said we don't have to lie in our pocket. Kann man das sagen in English? English too, yeah? We have to see it clear. Everything we deliver in the repair process, in the second-hand process, the next step is always waste. It goes directly to waste in the next step, and so we have the situation, the waste situation, from 65%. 65. So you see. And I'm sorry to say, but also our nice recycling possibilities is finally waste. When we deliver this wonderful material to the house construction industry, and the house turns down, nobody will bring us back this wonderful fiber. And so we have the 100% situation. 100% waste, at least. That's the truth. That's our mission, to handle 114 billion pounds textiles and shoes. We have the 100% from everything and everywhere. And thank you, Michael, for this wonderful sentence. We have to see it clear. Everything we do right now is only the try to be less bad. And we have to change the situation completely to the opposite. And we have to start to being good. And so let us talk about ICO, the closed-loop solution for clothing and shoes, with the simple slogan, everything and everywhere. Everything means everything we use, produces, we have to bring back in the closed loop, of course. But more important is we have to hold it in the closed loop. That's a big part of our mission. Everywhere means everywhere we sell something, we have to collect as well. You can find shops, stores around the world. You can buy nice T-shirts in little villages, in big cities, doesn't matter, around the world. And where you can buy something, we have to deliver something. So we have existent logistic structures around the world. And it's so easy to use exactly these structures for the way back to the closed loop. That means everywhere. And please remember exactly these. This is very important later in my presentation. This little formula, simple formula, is very successful. We started January 2010 with ICO. Our group is much older. We started 1962. 2010 we started with ICO with 11 pilot stores in Germany, with a little retail partner called ICO. Called Adler. Nobody knows this company here. 1 year later, we had 1,000 stores in 5 different countries in Europe. Today, right now, we have 3,000 stores in 27 countries in Europe and in US. And right now we have 1.5 million users every month. Here you can see some of our ICO retail partners. You can see global players like H&M, Puma, Adidas, or Foot Locker. Local global player in Europe, CNA, Intimissimi, for example. Intimissimi is totally similar to Victoria's Secret here. They have only Intimissimi. They have 2,000 stores in Europe. but also we have little retailer like Schubidu. 2 stores in Waldshut. Nobody knows Waldshut, but it's the owner of Schubidu is, they love the ICO idea, and they are part of us. And especially this kind of structure is, so we are very proud about that we have global and we have small partners. And example, H&M, we have right now 80 stores in Switzerland. Right now we are talking about the worldwide rollout. H&M has 2,500 stores worldwide. And so we are pretty sure in 1 year we will have 20,000 stores in Europe, in US, Asia, Africa, Australia, and we will have in 1 year round about 16 million users every month. So it's a really good story, a success story, and this success has a reason. And oh no, one more slide more. How successful we are. Sorry. In 5 years, we want to have 115,000 stores. That's our plan worldwide, and we want to have 1 billion users every year. That's the plan. So we are successful, and now the reason for this success is sitting in front of me. You are the reason. You are customers. I am a customer. And customer want to change something. Customer, they love buying nice things. A lot. Every day. My daughter, by the way, twice a day. That's true. But everyone wants to be good for the planet as well. Nobody will buy waste anymore. And we have to see it clear. Everything we buy in the shop, in the moment when we have it in our shopping bag, it's waste. That's the current situation. And the consumer's wish, your wish, my wish, is the command for the companies. And so, something happens basically. The companies, they want to change their production. They want to produce nice articles, and they want to be good for the planet as well. And so they want to stop. They want to stop producing waste. And now you know why we have in our business the perfect foundation for the next industrial revolution, and we are very proud to be a part of it. Michael, you started this revolution. We are part of it with a simple slogan: industrial production is next production. And when we have a look to the perfect production, of course, it starts by the production, and of course, it's pretty made with the cradle-to-cradle criteria. That's the basic. And every article has to talk with us. They have to talk. The article in every product has to tell us where it comes from and where it wants to go. We have to know what's happened with a product. When it's live, it's over. And so we have a nice article. The nice product can go to the point of sale. The point of sale, you remember, everywhere is at the same time the point of collection. And when you bring back your old shoes to your retailer, you are good for the planet, and you earn a reward. And so in our retail stores, the simple formula for you works: collect your shoes and clothing, bring them to an ICO retail partner, receive coupons, reward, redeem coupons with the next purchase. It's very simple, very easy, and successful. In Europe, for example, Foot Locker, when you want to go to Europe, you will bring your old sport shoes to Foot Locker, you can have a voucher of 10 euros, it's around about $13. When you will go to H&M to Switzerland, you can have $5 for a bag filled with textiles, doesn't matter how big the bag is. And by JJB in UK, you can have right now £5, it's around about $8. You have to know the retailer limits the discount to the next purchase. Means when you go to H&M with your bag filled with textiles, you get a voucher, $5, and you have to make a purchase minimum from $25. So it's normally between 10 and 20% what you can have as a discount. A wonderful presentation of ICO by Footlooker. This is a picture of a store in Bremen. Perfect place in the middle of the entry. Yeah, wonderful and very successful. Volcom, they use 2 different bins, one for clothing, one for shoes. So we offer our retailers a lot different possibilities. The simplest, the easiest way to use ICO is the ICO logistic box. It's a background system behind the cash register. Right side you can see a perfect window presentation from H&M, window decoration. Here you can see an electronic system used, for example, by Spree, Adidas and CNA. And here you can see very well, every retailer has a different view. You can see ICO. ICO is always a separate. You can see ICO only in the corner, it's a small separate. And all the retailers tell their own story. Why closed loop makes sense, cradle to cradle, why the customer has to love the system. And so all the ICO retailer use ICO as a marketing tool. It's very important, and they will be producing flyers, posters to talk with the customers and motivate the customers to being good for the planet. Important is that it's easy to handle for the retailer. So we have one logistic box around the world. Is always pre-labeled, and when the ICO box is full, the employee closes it, takes it to the shipping area in the store, and the next parcel service driver will pick it up in 24 hours without documents, without questions, and takes it to the closest sorting facility. And the sorting facility is the absolutely key point in our system. Here we have to look, here we have to analyze every single product. And here we have to find your shoe you brought back. And we have to decide what is the next best use for it. And the next best use, for example, can be the upcycling process. Of course, you remember, this product is pretty made in the cradle-to-cradle sense. We exactly know all the materials inside, and more important, we know exactly how we can separate all the materials. And when we have a separate material, we can bring this separate material through a raw material trading back to the producer, and the producer can make nice new articles. So the upcycling process is clear and easy for us, easy to handle. But you have to know, right now we have 400 different sorting criteria in our plants. 400 is a lot, but when you see how many articles we have on Earth, shoes, t-shirts, dresses, every article is different made. In the future, we have millions different articles and different possibilities to bring it in an upcycling process. So we need a lot of information, and therefore we implement an ICO scan system. And we offer our partners the ICO tag system. ICO tag system is simple. It's an electronic chip. The retailer can use it in a fiber, they can use it in a label or on the sole of a shoe, and they can implement all the information by the production. What we have to do when its life is over, when it comes through our sorting process. Here we have a win-win situation for the retailer. They can use the chip also for brand protection, for theft protection. They can make the logistics smarter, or they can use it for permanent inventory. So now it's totally around our upcycling system, but the upcycling is not the main point in the sorting analyzing. First of all, we have to respect the energy from every article we produce. Means we have to use every article as long as possible. Nobody will bring the car to the waste when you don't like the color anymore. And so it's the same with t-shirts, socks, or shoes. And so we have to bring it, when it's wearable, in a rewear process, in a second-hand market. Important is, of course, we have to find the way back to the next point of sale. And here, remember, everything, everywhere, we have to use the structure around the world. Everywhere we sell something, we have to bring back. And also in developing countries. And here is the point, we are working very close with charities, NGOs. They help us, especially in these countries, especially in Africa, to build up the structure there as well. And so, you see, it's a perfect balance between rewear and upcycling. And the question is now, what is with the unwearable and non-upcyclable products? You remember at the beginning, our recycling success with 35% goes to waste. Exactly this is our weak point. At the beginning it was a big thing, positive. Now it's a weak point. How we can handle it? How we can handle this perfectly? So we have 3 different levels. The first level, of course, upcycling. Every new article we bring to the upcycling process. I can bring in the upcycling process with cradle to cradle, reduce the recycling. The second, when we deliver insulation material for the house construction, when we can motivate the construction industry, that they will sort out the fibers, brings us back. Okay, we have an upcycling system, reducing recycling. And the third is, of course, when every article is pretty made in the sense of cradle to cradle, we have a biological cycle, and then we can say, okay, house crashed down, doesn't matter. It's nature in a biological cycle. And so, now you see, oops, running ICO. Yeah. It's a perfect cycle we have. And you saw, my English is really not perfect, and but I will be sure that you understand my message really clear. And so please let us see a 2 minutes movie in a proper English.
Fact is, most of us have too many things that we don't need anymore. Things we buy, things we bring home, things we hang on to, until it's time to be rid of them. Instead of trashing things, why not return them to their natural cycle? ICO has a solution that is as simple and smart for the planet as it is for your business. Customers simply collect their shoes and clothing, then drop them off where they love to go in the first place, right in your store. Meet iCounter. A clever piece of engineering, it collects your worn objects, weighs them, and within seconds it prints out a voucher, immediately redeemable toward a purchase at your store. We know that you value pragmatic innovations, particularly when they save you money and make it easy for you to do the right thing. When the iCounter is full, ICO dispatches its local driver to the participating retailer. ICO picks up and ICO recycles. By recycling discarded shoes and clothing, valuable resources can be reprocessed and repurposed into just about anything, from new fabrics and clothes, toys, carpets, insulation materials, and more. Fact is, when we rethink our consumption cycle, everybody benefits. If you could save the world one shoe or item of clothing at a time, wouldn't you? ICO. Do you? ICO. Rethink, recycle, reward.
Now you know, ICO is the perfect base for a 100% closed loop solution, but just one point is missing. We have to integrate all the existing collection structures we have. So also the community, charity, and the private collectors. And therefore, we have the ICO city concept. Every city on earth can be an ICO partner like a retail partner. And we have to integrate in the city every possibilities we have right now. And so ICO is an optimizing tool for existing structures. We want to share our know-how. We want to, of course, we can be absolutely transparency for the people. We can say what we will do with a T-shirt or a shoe, and of course support for the charity organization in the closed loop topic. Sharing campaigns, very important. Especially the retail partners knows a lot about how we can talk with the people that they are motivated to be good for the planet, for the closed loop. And integration, of course, sorting, analyzing ICO scan system, stabilizing, very important, stabilizing the structures, of the benefit structures from the charities and the community, and on top, sharing the benefits, 3 cents per pound goes to charity, communities, or local social projects. From every pound we collect by an ICO city partner. A nice example, we are in San Francisco. What is the potential in San Francisco? 115 million pounds per year. That's the potential here in this area. And in the ICO cradle-to-cradle sense, we have to handle every day 500,000 pounds. And for this action, we need 300 to 400 jobs. Right now, we have 30 million pound per year. In the ICO cradle-to-cradle sense, right now, I'm sorry, I have to say, 0 handling per day and 0 jobs. This exactly we have to change. Every city on earth has to be an ICO city only to create new jobs. When you see the whole world, how many cities we have, it's a huge job machine. Yeah?
Yes, 300 to 400. 300 to 400.
300 to 400, yeah. Okay, yeah, 300 to 400 jobs. Yeah. Okay. Last question. The question of the questions. What will be happen when everyone realizes just now how important the closed loop is, how necessary the cradle-to-cradle process is? The answer will come here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a technical defect. Nothing will happen. When we want to change something really basically, long term, we have to find a profit situation for everyone. Only when we have a profit, something will happen. That's the truth. We have to see it absolutely clear, and ICO for textiles and shoes is exactly the profit situation for the single consumer with the voucher, single retail stores, customer loyalty, to increase customer loyalty, foot traffic, the clothing and shoes companies, everything is for cost-free. They can increase their sales from 2 to 4%. It's our experience from Europe. The manufacturers can have the raw materials back, cheaper than virgin. The local government can have more income, less waste, and the charity organization can increase their income and have more support. And finally, of course, ladies and gentlemen, the planet. Our planet benefits the most, and now you know ICO is the perfect closed-loop solution for clothing and shoes for everything, everywhere, and for everyone. Thank you very much.
So definitely, you could see.
In English is totally.
Thanks, Stefan, to this great presentation. And you said this would be your first presentation in English for an audience, and definitely, I think your English is better than mine. So it's really great. And there will be a lot of questions. We will have a panel of the speakers after the next.